I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test part 307. The government. And we're just trying to look if we understand everything of the chapter, the government. That is on the page 120, are these things to check. And yes, and that all by doing short impingement training. And if you participate in the short impingement training, that's the honest. And I see again, as I said it previously a couple of times, government. It's written with an N in the middle. I never speak it. Government. But it can be that the N is slightly spoken. I just notice again. Government. Maybe it's slightly spoken. So check to understand the role of a prime minister. Altogether, the role of a prime minister, cabinet, opposition, and shadow cabinet. Okay, the prime minister, the role. That is very important. And he's the leader, or she is the leader of a party which won the last election. And he appoints the people of the cabinet. And this cabinet then comes together once a week and discusses what the policy for the next week and for the next time will be. And these people of the cabinet, they have ministeriums or something, or departments, and they are then called Secretary of of Education. And there's also, this is what I wanted to learn in detail, Secretary of Home Secretary, and at least 3 or 4 things for this. And the Prime Minister was, as the Prime Minister meets the King, or the Queen sometimes, and is advised there. What he has. Oh yes, the role. Well, he lives Downing Street 10, and he has also a country house. That's the Shakur, something like that. And yes, and he can resign, or she can resign, or if the party of a prime minister doesn't get the most votes the next time, it's the prime minister. The cabinet is appointed by the prime minister. These are a bunch of people, and around 20, and they have all these. So these are Chancellor of the Exchequer, Home Secretary, Foreign Secretary, and then the ministers, Education, Health, Defense, and so on. And they're meeting once a week or something like that, or from time to time. And each of these departments then has under ministers, and they are called then Ministers of State and Parliamentary Under Secretaries of State or something like that. What is the opposition doing? The opposition is the second largest major party, but I don't think the third largest party is just quietly sitting there and eating sandwiches or something. I actually don't know if it allowed to eat in the parliament. So the opposition is just there and trying to find any errors which the leading party does. So that no errors happening for the country, because the country does not. So it's not that they're mean people, it's that they're trying to look that there's nothing going wrong with the leading party. We're trying to look that there's everything the best, and we're having then once a week these parliamentary prime minister's question hour, and then they can ask us specifically what happened there. Why haven't you done it better? Basically, that's the opposition. Yes, and then the shadow cabinet, the leader of the opposition party also appoints a bunch of people, 20 or something like that, and they are pretending to be the minister. So someone pretends basically to be the Secretary of Education and something like that, and looks what they would have done better if they would be now the Secretary of Education. The leader of the opposition also appoints senior opposition MPs to be shadow ministers. They form the shadow cabinet, and their role is to challenge the government, put forward alternative policies, something along that line. To understand the role of political parties in the UK system of government. In a way I just explained that. On the other hand, I cannot answer the question. The role of political parties in the UK system of government. It sounds very difficult to answer, but I just did it technically. So there are these political parties, and oftentimes if someone in a smaller constituency says I want to get votes, they are then oftentimes part of 3 major parties, the Conservatives, the Labours and the Liberals, but there are also other ones. They can also be independent. And I think they are then without anyone. But I'm not sure about that point. It could be that they have to be part of one party. It can just be a very small one. We haven't so detailed there on that point. But another point, I said something else. I forgot what it was, which we actually then did. I forgot what it was. 2 pages earlier. The role of political parties, yes and no, they're organized and they're meeting from time to time, looking how they should go on. Was there anything in? The party system. Anyone over 18 can stand up for that. And these are the Conservative Party, or one of the parties representing Scottish, Welsh and Northern Irish interests. So there seem to be also parties in England who represent Scottish, Welsh and Northern Irish interests. And there's someone without party. There are a few MPs who do not represent any of the main political parties. They are called independent. Any of the main, so represent the smaller ones. They are trying actively to look for non-members and for people contributing to their cost and to join into debates and have the elections. They are holding conferences to look around. And there's a pressure lobby, all the lobbies, for example, Confederation of British Industry or Greenpeace or Liberty. And they're trying to influence the policy and the politicians to do the things they want. Now we don't have so much time left. We will do now nothing new anymore. If we have time after the short impingement training, we will try to learn these Home Secretary, Foreign Affairs, whatever these 3-4 things were, maybe just one of them. So if you're just here for more things to the government and looking if you understand everything, your resume, then you can go directly to the next part. But I thought a little bit about it, that I started to say that if you can go to the next part, these exercises have a function. Now I have it made now so that I'm doing first talking and then the exercise and maybe a little more talking. But we have a function, and if you go now directly on and do something else, even if it's the next part, you're not concentrating on that. The exercise is having a function, but for 5, 6, 7 minutes are concentrated, but you're not doing anything more. You're not getting any new information. You're not doing anything intellectual. You're doing now, if you had done it a couple of times, routinely just exercises. You will be concentrated during the exercises, but you're not getting new things into the brain. So your brain will be concentrated, but you're not just doing now the next things. So my idea is that if you do now the exercises, you will be in a way better position to remember the things we just did. So I invite you to join into the exercises, but it's completely at your own risk. I have no idea what you have at your shoulders, and everything kind of is what it is, and it's up to you what you do. And we're going back with the shoulders, up, in front, and down. Just for the shoulders, because we're going back, up, in front, and down. And the last time. And now in front. And the last for backward shoulders. And the next exercise, now more intense shoulder circuits, long arms, hands form to fist. We're going as far back as we can with the shoulders. And try to go still back and lift them up. Then try to come higher. Shoulders in front. And try to bring them further in front, try to bring them down. Try to bring them further down, while you bring them back. Higher up and back. Higher up and front. And further in front and down. Now the other way around. Further in front and up. Higher up and back. Further back and down. Further down and in front. Further in front and up. Higher up and back, and last movement further back and down. Next exercise. The legs are standing wide apart. We're going a bit into the knees, ranging forwards with a straight back. We're letting the arms hang. And now we're pinching the scapulars together. And pinch them as ever together. And pinch them sit together. Now make fists. And lift the arms up and pinch them together. Now lift the arms down and the shoulders. And directly the second round. Pinch the scapulars together. With now make fists. Lift the arms up. Still pinch the scapulars together. Raise your arms and escapulas. And again, the second, no exercise, but similar again. So into the knees, forward, this time round bend, with the arms hang, turn the arms to the inside, the arms high up and together, and we're straightening up, and we're bringing the shoulders down and go. So the arms are coming high up and together, the shoulders coming down and together. This is effort. Arms high up and together, shoulders down, together. And release. And the second round. Into the knees, push forward, push round back, let your arms hang, turn the arms to the inside to minimize the pressure onto the long head of the triceps. The arms high up and together. We're straightening up, we're bringing the shoulders down together. The arms high up and together, shoulders down together. And then longer, the arms high up and together, shoulders down together. And releasing. Next exercise, we are just lifting the arms up and we're just observing what the scapulas are doing. If this exercise causes pain or any other exercise, then don't do it. The arms up and just observe what the scapulas are doing. And the arms up, just observe what the scapulas are doing. And again down. And again up. And down. Now one last time. Just the arms up and just observe what the scapulas are doing. And a second exercise similar. The arms at the side, bring them in front. And again, just observe what the scapulas are doing. Now the scapulas should go back together. Now the scapulas are going to the outside of the ribcage, following the humerus. Now back together with the scapulas. And following around the ribcage to the outside. And again, back together. And following the humeruses. In front. What is the plural of humerus? And back together, and the last time. In front. And back. So the humerus is the bone in the other. And for the last exercise, we bring one arm in front. The shoulder is back and down. Hold the arm in, have the thumb up, and try to relax the arm. So the shoulder back and down, hold the arm in, thumbs up, relax the arm. And the other arm in front, shoulder back and down, thumbs up, hold the arm in, try to relax. And that was the shoulder and pinch training. We're having a little over a minute. Let's look for the first one here. Of the people of the cabinet. There's the Chancellor of Exchequer. And that person is responsible for the economy. So the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Responsible for the economy. So the one responsible for the economy is the Chancellor of the Exchequer, but I'm pretty sure there are more people responsible for the economy. The Chancellor of the Exchequer. Okay, we're taking two things from this. The first thing is the Chancellor of Exchequer is responsible for the economy, and the second thing is the sentence, what you do is up to you. Sounds kind of cool. Funny. I thank you very much, and until next time.